Gaikwad. By the way, before I forget, while our principals put on the lay, before I forget, Dr. Prem and Dr. Sam already retired officially in 2022. That was the time before I came here. They already retired. And IS cried a river of tears because they served IS for 18 long years from 2000 to 2003 to 2022. Dr. Prema cried in every farewell program, but after 2 years, they went back to India. After 2 years, I think it's Dr. Arceli's fault and my fault that they had to come back to the Philippines. The Education Department of IS needed them back. So last year, they rejoined IS, but still as official retirees, but they are just serving as missionaries once again. So I always would say, Dr. Prema, you cried a river of tears. So maybe the next time they will have farewell again, they will cry again. So colleagues, let us welcome our resource speakers, Dr. Prema Gaikwad and Dr. Sam Gaikwad. Can we have maybe a picture with the principal first, just for this introduction part? May I request Sir Jojo, our principal of the elementary, Dr. Isabella Susada, also our IAS alumnus, and also Ma'am Janet Bacomo, soon to be IAS student. By God's grace, okay. Thank you so much. Before I give the microphone to our first session speaker, Dr. Prema, I just want to give you a run through. We don't have a printed program, but day one, we just had our devotional. After this opening part, we will be having the first session, the entire morning session, that will be by our speaker. Then we will have our lunch break at 12 to 1:30, and we will be eating lunch here. I don't know if you can rest during lunch. I don't know if Dr. Prema will give you an assignment that is due in the afternoon. It depends on her. But I would really maybe accept to those mothers who have to go home during lunch break. It would be nice if you can stay here for lunch and we have fellowship. Then 1:30 we resume. Then we will be ending up to, it depends upon the speaker, about 5 or 5:30. Then tomorrow, day 2, I would like to say that this venue will be used for the white coat ceremony of the psychology department. And so we will not be here for day 2. We will be using the COE multi-purpose hall. But I know that we will have the same quality of learning. We will still have tables there. So day 2 will be at COE. And the devotional speaker tomorrow is Dr. Arceli Rosario. So thank you so much and have a great day of learning.
Good morning, educators. Yeah. You know, I'm going to call you includers for today, okay? All right, good morning, includers. Good morning. Nice to see you all. I see that there is a segregation already here. All right, there is academy personnel and then elementary personnel. This is a little troubling. So we need to integrate with each other, okay? All right, so that's one of the first things we are going to do. We're going to stand up first and do a little exercise, okay? All right. You know, we have morning star exercise at IS. Today I missed it because we were coming here. So we'll have a few seconds of exercise. And then once we have that exercise, we're going to walk to another table and ensure that there is a mix of elementary and academy teachers. Okay, so at least 2 or 3 of one and 2 or 3 of the other. Okay, maybe we can make maximum of 6. Okay, 5 to 6 per table. All right. There are many good tables in the front. I prefer that you first occupy them. All right, ready? All right. Oops. Okay. All right. Please walk. Yes. Okay. And I prefer the front tables occupied first. Yes. All right. Very, very expensive seats are available here. Okay, right here in the front. Okay. All right. Maximum 6 members, but ensure that you have both the groups represented. Yes. Okay, can we have those at the back come forward? This is a prime seat. Okay, over here. The back can be filled later. Come to the front. Yes. All right, you're getting a strip of paper right now. This is to write your name the way you like to be called. Okay? Just write your name in the middle, nice and big, and we will collect it. Yeah. Your name. All right, come. We need groups, we don't want anyone to be alone. Yes. Looks so much better now. Six, yeah. Oh, balanced, yes. Very nice. I'm going to check if it's all mixed or not. Okay, this table reports that there are 3 of each. Okay, how about this table, sir? Dr. Isabello, how many? 1 elementary and 3, sir. Okay, okay. One more elementary could have come here. Never mind. All right, this table here? No elementary. Oh, what happened? Is elementary? Okay, less elementary teachers are less. Oh, academy is more. Okay, then we understand. How about this table? 2 elementary and rest. How about this table, sir? Okay, 3 and 2. Good. How about this table? 1 elementary. Yeah. Yeah, I think elementary number is smaller. How about this? 6 are there? How? 3 elementary and, oh, good. How about this group? Okay, all right, good. Wonderful. Okay, now please write your name in these orange strips of paper. And we like somebody, okay, please assign a material manager Material manager means somebody who will bring the thing or take materials from me, okay? Assign a material manager who is very active. Okay, collect all these strips, please, with the names from the table, and please bring it to me. I like to see your names. Yeah. Thank you. Wow, this is good. Thank you. No stand, right? To keep the mic because something. Thank you. No. All right, almost done. Any other groups still bringing? In case some of the members are still coming, please encourage them to write the names. And we have more strips of paper if you need. Every name should be here because each one is so precious. Oh, okay. Oh, the corner. Okay, thank you. All right. I'm looking for a stand so that I can use both my hands. But oh yeah, there. Okay. All right. Let's see how it goes. All right. These names are with me now, and this is an important set of cards. So, okay, today it's just paper, but if it's a class, I would have them in cards so that I can use it for a long time. Okay, Janet, how are you? Okay, there you are. Nice. All right. How are you? How are you feeling today, Moises? Moises? Oh, oh, two Moises. Okay, that's a problem. Okay, I don't know which. Can we have the initial or something? This is yours. Okay. Yeah. So we can have. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Okay, that's good. Easier now. All right, and now we have Sharon. Where are you, Sharon? Yay, nice to see you. Oh, I know Sharon. Sharon, yeah. Okay, some of you are surprised. Okay, maybe you are even getting to know each other even here. Nera? Nera? Nera. Okay, wonderful. So you will hear your names from time to time. Even though I may not know your name exactly, this is a magic set of cards that helps me to call you by name. By the way, if you're seated in a way you can't see me, you're most free to turn your chair or even move to another table so that you're very comfortable. Because you need to see some PowerPoint slides and perhaps I think you may want to hear me, so maybe looking at me may be also very important. All right. Today's morning discussion will be. Everything okay here? All right. Or it's moving? Oh, okay. If you want, you can. There are other tables there. Maybe later. Okay, later during the break. Okay. Sorry about the table. Today's morning deliberations will be on inclusion. Okay? All right. Then afternoon, my husband will be talking about learning styles, and then we have some other topics. Okay? So inclusion is primarily the area of our discussion this morning. All right. We begin with focusing on Jesus and what he did when he was on earth know Jesus, when he lived on this earth, was a teacher and a preacher and a healer, a pastor. Okay, wow, he took up so many roles, didn't he? All right, and so, but we are so proud that he was a teacher. So we can learn a lot from his practices. What a blessing it is that Jesus is the best example we can ever have. I'll just take my clicker. All right. You see something over there that helps as an example, okay? I need to see what it is. Okay. Because I need to read also, so what shall I do? I need to stand here. Like here. I need to see computer. Because others have to look at yeah, I'll be walking. All right, now we are kind of settled. Thank you for the arrangements. Now I can see the computer and I think it can, even though it's a little small, not all will be that small, okay? All right, this is an example that I like you to look at. All right, let me read this, okay? Hope Channel International. Hope Channel is the official television network for the Seventh Adventist Church and offers program focused on holistic Christian living. Broadcasts are available in over 80 languages around the world. Okay, so I'd like you to see what is special about this advertisement. All right, and I'm going to give you a few more examples. Okay. The second one, it is written since 1956. Oh, by the way, 1956, very important. That was the year I was born. Okay, 69 years ago, right? All right. It is written has been a staple on American television, presenting timeless biblical truths for everyday life, inspiring and encouraging people of all faiths and creeds. Okay, are you noticing something common about these advertisements? Okay, keep going, let's go. Christian Records Blind Ministry. This ministry provides services to thousands of people who are legally blind at no cost. From braille books, Bibles, and study guides, to access to the Naomi Chapman Turner Library for the Blind, to camping experiences, magazine subscriptions, and more. Christian Records is changing lives. Poof. All right, so this is an advertisement. I'm showing several advertisements, okay, and I like you to see what is special about them all. Something is common about them all. So you're thinking, aren't we? Each one is thinking what is other as I have loved you, so you must love one another. Inclusion is based on love. And Jesus was the most inclusive individual who ever lived on this earth. And he did that through love. So let's meet Jesus again for the first time. Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? Let's meet Jesus again for the first time in a different way. We have met Jesus every day, and maybe today we're going to meet him again in a different way. There's a book called Meeting Jesus Again for the First Time. That is the reason for this title, Meeting Jesus Again for the First Time. Written by Marcus Borg. All right, what he tells in that book is Jesus could have chosen to come into this earth as a very rich individual, could have been born in a noble family, but he chose to be a Galilean mestizo. Maybe mestizo has a meaning Spanish people, maybe, I don't know, in Philippines you have a term like that, mestizo, okay. But in this book, Borg is telling mestizo is somebody who is a very common person, all right, very ordinary person. An ordinary Jew. The noble Jews usually lived in Jerusalem. But those in Galilee were regarded as common Jews. And Jesus was born in Nazareth in Galilee. And that was his choice. Deliberately he chose to be with the common poor people. And we know Nazareth was not the best of all cities. Can anything good come out of Nazareth? Okay, that was Nathaniel who exclaimed, right? Okay, but Jesus wanted to relate to the poor so that he can win them. And Jesus could also relate to the rich. If you are rich, it is more difficult to relate to the poor. When you are with the poor, which is the majority, okay, you have an advantage, right? You can mingle with them easily. And Jesus also could mingle with the rich, though he was a common Jew. Jesus loved inclusively. That is the essence of this book, and we believe that this is true from Jesus' own life. All right, if you look at Jesus' times, it was very, very different. Maybe it was, we can't say it was too different. Maybe we have these elements even now. Society was judgmental. Is our society judgmental these days? Of course. People were treated differently based on what? Gender. Do we have that problem these days? Yes. All right. We look at news and sports. Sports people complain that women are paid less in sports than men. Okay, that's one example. Okay, in workplaces, sometimes we hear complaints. Okay, one gender is paid less than the other. And different other issues with gender. Age. Okay, children, are they treated, okay, with importance as older people? Those days when Jesus lived, it was not true. Children were not regarded as important. Family origins, talk about, okay, which family you come from. Wow, it makes a big difference, right? And religion, we have wars and fightings because of religious differences. Health conditions, those who have certain illnesses, okay, they are not able to prosper in life. In classes, okay, they suffer because you don't know what to do for them to proceed, right? All right, jobs, different jobs carry different importance. Socioeconomic condition can be a factor that can deviance. Deviance is not a good word. Deviance means, oh, you are very different. All right, when you add the word adjective positive, this means you are very different in a positive way. When all others are doing this in a negative way, you are doing something very good. Okay, for example, Jesus taught inclusion, love your neighbor, treat friends and enemies the same way. This was not the way it was those days. The teachers of the law did not do this, and no social hierarchy. Everyone is created in the image of God, and Jesus practiced inclusion. Outcasts were included among his disciples and friends. He healed the blind and crippled and those with leprosy. He mingled with the high and the low. Oops. Galilean principle. Remember, Jesus came from Galilee, from the poor section. So he loved the poor, and also, as I mentioned before, even he could relate with the rich and the learned. And the most important evidence of his inclusion is he died for all. And our devotional talk emphasized that Jesus died to save all of us. And I'm going to show you a little video that my students made. Okay. Is the sound coming? All right. In this video, you will see contemporary scenarios as well as what happened in Jesus' own life. And as you watch this short clipping, I'd like you to find out what lessons on inclusivity can be learned. Okay, so I will be asking you, what did you learn about inclusive practices from this video clipping? Okay, so let's go.
Exclusive.
Oops.
Everyday opportunity.
Let me start again.
Life's busy schedules and complexities tend to cause people to be exclusive. Everyday opportunities of inclusivity present themselves. However, we turn a blind eye and deaf ear towards people with special needs. If we may stop and consider how Jesus took every opportunity to be inclusive, we will realize that we can also be intentionally inclusive. exclude people with special needs because we think they are not like us. We deprive them of equal opportunities and despise them. If we may stop and remember how Jesus dealt with people with special needs, our attitude and perception of inclusivity will be changed. People tend to have closed groups where those with different race, gender, status, origin, or even abilities are intentionally excluded. If we may stop and think of Jesus' exemplary life, we will treat everyone with dignity regardless of their special needs. The Bible says in Acts chapter 17, verse 25 to 28, from one blood God made all the nations, that they should inhabit the whole earth. And he marked out their appointed time in history and the boundaries of their lands. God did this so that they will seek him and perhaps reach out for him and find him, though he is not far from any one of us. For in him we live and move and have our being.
Wow, wasn't it something to think about? How we practice inclusion here, maybe how we don't practice inclusion, but how Jesus can remind us on how to do it. All right, did you think of some specific ways that we can practice inclusion from this video clipping from the life of Jesus? Okay, why don't you talk to your group members? Okay, please talk and let's see how Jesus practiced inclusion, and that's the way we can do the same. Okay? All right, I'll give you a few seconds. All right, and I may call out names. All right, remember I have your names. So when we discuss in groups, everyone has a chance to hear each other. Okay? How did Jesus practice inclusion? Yeah. Okay. You saw 3 scenes. The question is, how did Jesus practice inclusion from the video that you saw? And lessons for us. All right, these are general principles that you're talking about. All right, I think you had enough time. Even if you talked about one lesson, that's fine. When I raise my hand, this is the signal for us to just finish off our discussion, okay? Is that okay? All right, raising hand. All right, usually in my class, when they see me raising hand, they will also do the same. Is it okay to do that? Okay, then I know that you have finished talking. Okay, if you needed more time, you won't raise hand, then I'll wait for you. Okay? All right, ready? Okay, any name may come up. Okay, Rolly. Rolly? Rolly not here? Oh, yes, sir. Is there a lesson that your group discussed? What lesson did you get about inclusion from Jesus? Yeah.
In our table, we've discussed about the LGBTQ community. No? Sometimes, as Adventist, our stand is, it's very firm from the Bible. No? So that's why we're still, actually not yet finished.
It's a debatable issue, right? All right. But in general, we are generalizing love beyond boundaries, maybe. All right. So maybe that is whatever gender, whatever language. Okay. All right. Let's see any other lesson that you discussed. Okay. Ibanez. Mercedes, yeah. Oh, okay. Let's go. Okay, Noel. Noel, you have a, yes.
Yeah, the video really touched me. And I believe that it was Jesus Christ, the best person who applied inclusion. But about us as Christian educators, I think we have to widen up how not to become biased with our students and give them the privilege for them to learn, especially Christian education.
So for everyone to learn. Okay, that's good. All right, let me ask one more. Let's see. Oh, Dan has disappeared. Okay. Louis. Louis, yes. Yeah.
Good morning. In our table, we discuss the question is that how Jesus practiced inclusivity. It's easy for Jesus to practice inclusivity because, number one, it's already his nature. Everything he has done is out of his love. He did it unconditionally.
Amen. All right, thank you. And can we do that too? All right. So the idea is what Jesus did, and that's how we should do. So we want more practical ideas. That's what the video was showing. All right? The floor is open. Is there any other ideas which are practical that you saw there? Okay, when we say, Jesus loved. Okay, that is very nice. But something more specific. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Anyone? Did I miss anyone's answer? Okay. All right, let's go and see what could it be. Okay, there were 3 scenarios and each of them showed something very specific. All right, anyone in need, we need to help. That is what Jesus did. Of course, we can do it also, can't we? All right, anyone who is in need, we can help. And this in the classroom means all our students, of course. All right, and love those with disabilities. Jesus did that. Okay? Those who were sick, lepers, he touched and healed them. All right, those who were blind, he healed them. Okay, we may not be able to heal like Jesus did. We don't have miraculous powers, but we can care for them. Okay, in our classes they are there. We can care for them. Okay, all right, so that's very specific. And then love beyond boundaries. And you can see whatever, okay, that group told about LGBTs, okay? All right, and that's a very specific thing. And there are many such pluralities. We can go beyond what normally people do by excluding, but we include them, right? So these are good suggestions we can practice, and there are biblical support for that. Galatians 3:28 tells, there is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither slave nor free, there is no male or female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. There's another one, Luke 14:13, but when you give a feast, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, the blind. So the feast can represent, okay, so, joyous occasions, learning times, okay, all right, different celebrations. Okay, so we can include all these kinds of people, okay? And Mahatma Gandhi from India told a very profound statement. Jesus gave humanity the magnificent purpose and the single objective toward which we all ought to aspire. I believe that he belongs not solely to Christianity, but to the entire world, to all lands and races. Can you imagine a Hindu politician telling this? Okay, he learned about Jesus, and something that caught his attention was Jesus' inclusivity. Are we able to capture that even as his followers and those who know Jesus so much? Even somebody who didn't know Jesus too much, he claimed Jesus as an inclusive person. Yes, sir, you have a comment or a question? Yes.
I just would like to further the question on LGBTQ, because we discussed it here. Because the World Health Organization categorized it now as not a mental disorder anymore, but before it was categorized as mental disorder. Now, the Bible abhors it very well, very much. So, the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, something like that. But of Jesus, I have not known one about Jesus' encounter with LGBTQ and how he dealt with it. So, what do we do now?
All right. Did Jesus love sinners? If you think it's not a disease, okay? So they are deliberately, okay, moving towards that choice. Okay, so it's a deliberate sin you are telling, okay? In most cases it may be. And what we know is that, okay, Jesus' life did not show specific examples, but of that kind, okay? But Jesus loved those who deliberately chose to sin, right? Okay, so if that is evident, and you're thinking, oh, these people, LGBT, are deliberately choosing like that, okay, so they're bad, and we should be shunning them. Okay, I don't know if Jesus would approve that. We're not telling that, okay, what they're doing is good, but as humans, we can win them over and change them if we can, with God's help. Okay? I think that's what I would say. But I also have read that many of them, their brain development happens at a certain age, and because of that, they are prone to become like that, okay? Because I have also learned psychology at the early stage when gender identity is formed. If proper role models are not there, there can be confusion, okay? So there is still a debate about that. Okay, so that's one of the issues, but we have many other common issues that we also need to tackle. But, okay, let's keep that in mind, okay? But love for humans, no matter what state they are in, is what we can do. We are not approving of their habits or their practices, but we can love like Jesus did. Okay? All right, so this is possible. what policies the church has and all. We don't, okay, we need to discuss that at a different level. This is not within our scope right now. Okay, you may have opportunities to make decisions sometime and think about how Jesus would take care of such issues. Okay, all right, good. Let's just conclude now. So what shall we do? Okay, very specifically, there are some things we can do now. Let's use inclusive and people first language. You know what is people first language? Okay, here you are. Many times we use vocabulary that may not be very inclusive. Chairman, correct? Okay, and for very common and okay, and all men are equal, and we use most often the general term man, okay, or he. All right, and ladies are also part of that word. Okay, so it's much better to use an inclusive language instead of generally using only one word, one gender emphasis. Okay, so this is what we can do. All right, and when we talk about disabilities, oops. All right, the blind man. Of course, even in the Bible we see this one. Okay, we are not telling Bible is using wrong language, but we have a better way to express this in our common conversations. Instead of the blind man, we can say the man who is blind. Because people first, the person is more important than the condition. Okay? The person is more important than the condition. Okay, so I like you to think of an example. Look at that. The autistic child. It's very easy to tell. I mean, it's true the child is autistic. Nothing wrong about it. But if you use people first language, you can tell the child who is autistic. That is much better. All right, so I like you to make a list of at least 5 words that may be used wrongly by us, and you need to change it into correct people first language. Okay, can you do that? And you can also use gender. If you, among the 5, you can use gender inclusive language, like the first example. Okay, chairperson is better than chairman. In case if it's a man, it's okay, chairman, it's okay. In case if it's a woman, chairwoman, okay. All right, but usually chairperson would be much better. Okay? All right, think of at least 5 examples that will be a revision, or you're changing it from normal use to correct use. Can you do that in your group? All right, some examples here. All right. Okay, I'm going to ask you, okay, are you following what I'm asking? Okay. Okay, the paralytic man. Is that correct? I mean, it's okay, but to make it inclusive and make it people first, what would be a better way to tell? The man who is paralytic. It may be a little longer, but that sounds better. Man is more important than his condition of being paralytic. Are you with me? We are respecting the person. Okay. Let's try. Okay? Try to get 5 of them, if not even fewer. It's okay. Everyone, try. You have so many heads working together. Okay, relax. All right. My hand is up. The signal. Okay, let's see. I'm going to call some names and let's see what. Okay, Jean, do you have an answer? One example that your group discussed. Who is Jean? Jean. Jean is here. Oh, looks like we have. Okay, Anne. Is Anne here? Anne. No, Anne? Okay, ma'am. Is it Marisol? Marisol? Okay. Did your group come up with an example? I'm sure so many examples. Okay, let's listen. Okay. Everyone okay? All right, let's listen. Yeah, one, just shout. Handicapped person. The person with handicap. Handicap is not a bad word. Handicapped person. Okay? Handicapped person. Handicap is a handicap. Okay? No problem with the word. But the person with handicap. That is the word. The disabled person. Person with disability. Handicap is not a bad word. Don't worry about it. The worry is not to use that first. Handicapped person. Not very nice. Person with handicap. That is okay. Alright. I can't walk. If I have one leg is missing, I am handicapped. Okay? So, lady who is handicapped, it's okay to tell. Yeah. So, it's not that the word is bad. It's the way we turn around the word. Okay? All right. And I think at this table I heard a good example. Ma'am? Okay. Can you tell that example that you were?
Disabled person, person with disability.
Disabled person. There's a disabled person going. Okay. Disabled person. Nothing wrong with that, but now we know if you use people first language, person who is disabled. Okay, we are not denying that there is a disability. We are not denying there's a handicap. We are not denying there's blindness. Okay? All right, the blind man, the man who is blind. The deaf woman, woman who is deaf. It's okay. All right? Did you see the difference now? Okay. Let's try to do that and you will find, wow, you are feeling more respect as you use these words. Okay? All right. Any other example in case you wanted to share? Any other example? Huh?
A lazy child.
The lazy child. Okay. The child who is lazy. Okay, that's okay. All right. Okay, so even if it's not a good thing, but we are respecting the person, the child who is lazy. Okay. All right, so try to use this kind of a turnaround language. Yes, sir.
We are just thinking that maybe we should also apply this principle in labeling our students positively. For example, he is an intelligent student. Considering multiple intelligences and also this principle, we might as well say this student has good grades. Does it apply? I mean, can we also apply that in a positive way, not just with students with disabilities? Yeah, in describing students who are normal.
Yeah, that's a good point. Even with positive attributes. Okay, the gifted child. The gifted child. Okay, the child who is gifted is better. just emphasize the gifted. Ooh, okay, that's not so important as a child. Child who is gifted. Very good point, okay? Intelligent girl. The girl who is intelligent. Smart boy. The boy who is smart. Okay, special child, child who is special. Okay? So are you getting the idea now? And this will make a difference in our conversations and even in our mind itself. Okay? And those we address, they are feeling a little better when they realize, oh, a girl, okay, I'm the girl, okay, who may be blind. Okay? So that's okay. I'm a girl, okay, I'm a human first. Okay, so this is what happens. All right, now let's go to, yes, use inclusive and people first language. Second, use more accommodations for those with special needs. So we're going to learn today and tomorrow some of these ways, okay? In our classes, maybe we have neglected this because we don't know how to do, and God forgives when we don't know. But if we know one or two more things, okay, today and tomorrow, if we learn, we can practice that and help those with special needs. Okay, so this is something we can definitely do and teach using a variety of ways. The methods that we use can vary because that can help students with differences, okay? That it is appealing to them. Some like verbal, or just hearing. Some like to move. Some like to see. Some like, okay, maybe to draw. So different ways we can teach, and this can help everyone and those with special needs. Okay? So very simple. It's inclusive instruction. It's not some rocket science. It is something we can practice very easily. All right? And Jesus has shown us how to do it. And we are so grateful. Okay, the last activity before we take a break is, okay, love is inclusive. Identify two specific examples during Jesus' life on earth that shows that his love is inclusive. Two specific examples. Okay, and second, share a memorable life experience when you felt that you were being included. And opposite, share a memorable life experience when you felt that you were being excluded. And then, what are your suggestions for making our interactions more inclusive? Okay, we have 4 minutes to do this in our group, and we will ask, okay, assign a group leader for each group, and you will discuss this just 1 minute each, okay? Personal experience of inclusion and exclusion, you can just share very rapidly. All right. And this can be shared by those who are willing to share, not compelling everyone to share. Who wants to share, you can share, okay? Within the group first, then we'll have reporting, table by table, okay? All right. Okay, did you get the activity?